Hello guys, my name is Marshall Ricardo, and today we're going to be going over this Reddit post I found about. It was about a Google Doc called "The Fall of Ryzen, the Fall of AMD." It looks like to be like a 2 to 3 page story, I guess, or book, I guess you would call it. But let's first go over some stuff about me because it's my first video. So yeah, my name is Marshall, and I'm a PC enthusiast. This is what I look like in real life, and here are the specs for my PC. So I got the i9-10900K, Asus ROG Maximus 12 Apex. It's a really good motherboard. I can easily hit 5.3 gigahertz on it. Got two RTX 2080 Ti's in SLI, really powerful, and a G-Skill Trident 64 gigabytes for video editing and things like that. Samsung 970 EVO Plus for 500 gigabytes. This is just for the Windows 10 boot up time, so it's like really fast. And I got Team Goop 1TB SSD and the Seagate Ironwolf 16TB for my Steam library. Also, it's also for video editing projects and things like that. EK, my whole PC is a fully custom loop EK from EK, and it has a Lian Li 011 XO as my case. Yeah, that's just the specs of my PC. I built it like back in June and July. But enough about me. Let's go back onto the topic of this video. So it was called The Fall of Ryzen, the Fall of AMD. The two content creators who made it were called 8th GeForce, and he makes Halo content and Forza content. He made it Intel Rocket Lake leaks and news and specs, and I will be reviewing this video later, like this week or maybe next week. So stay tuned for that one. But yeah, it's mainly Forza and Halo content. Seems pretty good. And Chill Thrills, and he's making look like this is Minecraft and Halo, and he looks like he got a few Among Us videos. Yeah, so those are the two content creators who made this. So let's get into the document. I won't be reading over the whole thing, but I will be reading over the main points that I thought were really good, and the main points where I thought, well, it's not that good, but you could change it. So yeah, here are their links. Their links are in this. They also have a few other links in this, but all their channels and stuff, I'll put it in the description. And this Google Doc, I'll put it in the description. So let's go. What CPU should I get, you might ask? Oh, Intel's the clear winner here. People might ask, oh, what about the budget option? AMD's better for the budget build. Well, the clear truth is, unless you're web browsing constantly and you don't have a laptop or other work PC, then a budget PC is good for you. But if you're on that category, you might as well buy a $500 Xbox Series X or PS5 digital/non-digital. So about this point, so yeah, obviously like the new like consoles that came out this year, they are really like powerful 120 FPS, really good. So I mean, I would say half agree with this is that fact is that yeah, if you built like a $500 PC and you're not getting like 120 FPS in most games like that, then I would definitely recommend getting a console. But one point is that if you are upgrading your PC, like if you're going to be upgrading it like constantly, I'd say maybe like every like month or two or like 3 months or something, getting new parts, then yeah, a PC would definitely be better. So let's continue reading. Tech YouTubers always say AMD is the better CPU, but they are transferring files, video editing, doing everything but not gaming. Notice how every YouTuber other than, so he says Joey Delgado, Linus Tech Tips and Tech Source, he gave them links. Let's check out Joey Delgado because most of you guys probably know who. Let's just check his recent vid made in June 27. Let's check how good he is in gaming. So from this video alone, you can pretty much tell he seems like pretty skilled in Overwatch, and I'll put that video in the description. But he also plays a few other games like Siege, COD, and Halo. But most people already know who these two YouTubers are, really popular in the PC world. But ETC sucks at games. Like, I don't mean you need to be good at Stream. If you don't know who Dream is, he's a Minecraft pro player, really good speedrunner. Or Ninja. Ninja's a really good Fortnite player. Or some esports pro. And if you play game just like a little bit, you would still have experience in game pretty well. Quote from Bitwit's video. So let's check this out. So you guys heard it right there. It's his first time playing Minecraft ever. So, yeah, you heard it right there. It's his first time playing Minecraft. I mean, it's such a popular game. I mean, I guess, like, I feel like that line, he said that, um, like, you were telling me the best-selling game in the world, Minecraft, not even played once. That is true. Like, almost every gamer, like, has played Minecraft at least once. And you're telling, like, bit where he hasn't played it a single bit. And let's see, when was this video made? Um, So this video was made in 2020. That's kind of like 11 years almost. I mean, yeah, I feel like that line is halfway adjustable. Um, so he was just talking about the architecture and stuff, but like Intel still on that 14 nanometer, but that's not. I mean, they need to like obviously switch over like AMD's like winning in the architecture side, but I know they are staying on it for that high boost clocks. But here he said a good line. It's like everybody makes fun of Intel because they're integrated graphics and the bare minimum and how AMD CPUs with integrated graphics are better. Intel integrated graphics are for convenience. It's used in most laptops. Plus, these same CPUs are used in PCs at offices. So this line it is true though. So like while so you might have like an i9 or me I have like an i9 10900K, like a laptop work PC. It might have an i3 like 10300 or 10100. So the thing is that what the point these two people are trying to make is that like these same CPUs they are used in work PCs, and so that's why they use integrated graphics. So then like the companies who make them they don't need to like spend extra money on a physical GPU. So yeah, that is that. There, you don't have a graphics card at the moment. You're waiting. Normal AMD CPUs don't have integrated graphics. This means if you have a faulty graphics card, you would not know why nothing is showing up. While on Intel side, even if your graphics card is faulty, integrated graphics will carry your system to the top. That is true that like, even if you have a faulty graphics card, you can still play, I would say, like a few games with the Intel CPU. And then he said a good line here. And then here, yeah. And you might ask, why don't you use AMD integrated graphics? Well, the answer to that is that AMD only supports integrated graphics to Ryzen 5, and even if that on that one, it's a 4-core, 8-thread CPU. While the normal cores and threads have a Ryzen 5 and i5, so that's a Core i5, Intel i5, a 6-core, 12-thread. AMD only supports it on the Ryzen 5 and Ryzen 3. So let me just fact check this one. I'm not 100% sure, so let's just go on Newegg and check if this is right. He said it was a Ryzen 5. So 600, where's the, here it is. This is the integrated graphics one. So you can see it only has 4 cores here. 4 cores, while the normal AMD, oops, my bad. Where is it? Yeah, shoot. So, yeah, while the normal, oh my god, this thing is acting so. Anyways, yeah, so the normal Ryzen 5 3600, it only got 6 cores, while 3400G got 4 cores. And if we go back to here, let's check the Ryzen 3200G. So this one got Vega 11 graphics, 4.2 gigahertz, 4 MB cache. This one got the same thing, 4 MB cache. It's 4.0, so you lose 2 gigahertz, but that doesn't make the biggest difference in the world. And you got Vega 8 graphics. So, and this is also a 4-core one. So, honestly, I feel like that's such a bad deal. Like, you might get like worse integrated graphics, but I mean, most gamers they use a physical GPU is like recommended. Nobody really uses like that. So I guess you could be saving money by going with the Ryzen 3. Um, so yeah, here you see like this. So Intel supports it on all their CPUs. Also on the same price for the K. It's on the KF. So if you didn't know, the K is like the overclockable version with integrated graphics. The KF is the unoverclockable one with integrated graphics. Let's see. So he's saying that here it's used in like scripts and stuff, and like Dells and HPs and whatever. And he said this one good point here, but let's just check this out later. So yeah, let's go back where we started. So he said one point about the budget CPUs was brought up in the YouTube comment section, and the original comment was like Intel won in a CPU battle against AMD. So I'm imagining he's meaning like a benchmark type videos, but who knows? They didn't specify it. Then somebody replied saying that AMD has a cheaper motherboards and that you can buy $300 CPU and a $70 plus or minus $20 motherboard. So with $300 AMD CPU, I imagine he's talking about the 3700X and a $70 motherboard plus or minus, so either 50 or 90 or in the range of that. Another person replied to that original plan and said, "Who would buy a $300 CPU and a $70 motherboard is beyond me. Cheap motherboards are used for cheap CPUs. Like an Intel i3-10100 would be good for a $100 motherboard. If I was going to buy i5-10600K, I would buy a $200 Z490 board." So yeah, this is true. Motherboards. You can go with the bare minimum, but you don't exactly want to. You still want to get like a one that has a few bells and whistles, but you don't exactly want to go with the bare minimum. And yeah. So then here he's just talking. They're talking about their graphics cards. Now let's talk about AMD. Sorry's graphics card out there. Ooh, that's a big call out. But I wouldn't know about this gen, but last gen it was kind of like the failed drivers. But this gen it seems like they're doing pretty well actually. But then again, barely anybody got it in the world, so we don't exactly know all the issues. So just to the point, this year NVIDIA released a 30 series, AMD released their 6000 series GPUs. AMD purposely made their 6800 XT $15 less than the NVIDIA RTX 3080. When planning and budgeting, parts $50 seems like a lot less than you might think it is. So I like this point that he said is that especially when building a gaming rig, the GPU is the most important part. So even though you can like cut down $50 if you can on some other parts if you're knowing you're gonna get a better GPU. And he was saying like, so yeah, I get at this price range at like $700 just for a graphics card. I would imagine like $50, like so 650 to 700 doesn't make that much of a difference, especially considering that like you would have to go like the bare minimum for an RTX 3080 build would probably be like a say maybe $1,200 build or something like around that price. So yeah, like that. Today, he made it December 8th. That was the 6900 XT. Tech YouTubers are reviewing it, and I said I was not biased to AMD or Intel that said this. So here's a Linus Tech Tips video he was showing us. So let's click this video and see what he says. So you heard it right there. Linus Tech Tip said it himself that the 6900 XT is just the cherry picked 6800 XT. Now the thing is that is not what we want. We don't want we want a whole new graphics card like the 3090, 3080. We do not want like just a like special like edition. It'd almost be like saying like the i9 9900K and you got the i9 9900KS like a cherry pick. So this point that he says here, cherry picked is not word. This is a really good point as we do not want a cherry picked card. And I believe you should listen to tech YouTubers. It's the last line, and I think this line is really good, sums up what it is, and it's really helpful too at the same time. So I believe you should listen to tech YouTubers and look at benchmarks to see what you really want, not what benefits the YouTubers who made those biased videos. So yeah, that's the whole thing. I'm gonna be putting these links in the description. This was made 2 days ago, volume 1. If there's a volume 2, I will be checking that out. Peace.